I wonder if this is the end of professional photography. Of course, a lot of us have been wondering that. I think the very first article printed about the end of professional photography was in, I want to say 1810, maybe 1825, way before the Civil War. This is the end of professional photography. And of course, the little brownie came out. Kodak brought out the brownie. It's the end of professional photography. Killed it. You know why? Because then anybody could be a photographer. Then 35 millimeter came along. And of course, that was the end of professional photography because the camera was small. And oh my God, you talk about the end of professional photography. The end of it, that's when they put a meter in the camera, because then everybody could be a photographer. And it wasn't special anymore. God, we're a bunch of fucking elitists, aren't we? Motor drives were bad. Killed photography. Autofocus. Digital. Cheap digital. Then iPhones, and then Androids, and all kinds of things. Just killed it. Deader than a doornail. If you believe that bullshit. I think part of it might be that maybe some clients don't need professional photography anymore. Some clients don't. Some clients can take a picture of their kid with their iPhone and be totally happy with it. As a matter of fact, I've seen some pretty goddamn boring pictures of kids coming from, quote, professional photography, and I've seen some great, wonderful shots coming from moms and dads. Maybe we don't need that. Maybe food photography has progressed from a point where a photographer had to have an 8x10 camera and a giant window, a couple of hot lights, to now photographer needs an iPhone, napkin, little LED light for fill, because the client just needs that. See, there used to be just one or two ways of delivering a photograph. It was either printed in a magazine or in a book, or it was just a print. Magazine, book. Yeah, that's pretty much covered it. They didn't have Instagram, Facebook. They didn't have all the other ways we use photography these days. And maybe, just maybe, they needed professional photography back then, because when you were making a commitment to a single ad buy across 40 magazines for a 6-month run, you had to have an incredible image that spoke to the people for 6 months. Who the hell does that now? Nobody who's paying attention better be doing that. Maybe now we do advertising a little bit differently. Maybe now we don't need a professional photographer. We need a curator. Does that mean we can't be in the business of making images anymore? No, it means that there's more opportunities than ever before. Because while professional photographer may be losing its ground word-wise, visual communications have never been stronger. Maybe your client doesn't need a professional photographer. Maybe your client needs someone to help them create enough imagery and post it in the places where it needs to be posted to sell more of their crap that they're selling. Why can't photographers do that? I don't know. Why do I have photographers go, well, I would help my client out with that stuff, but I don't know anything about Instagram. Why? Is there some sort of rule out there that says you're a photographer, you're not supposed to know nothing about nothing else except photography? Think about it. Pretty stupid rule if it is one, and I don't think there is one. I think photographers are in a unique position to slip right around other professionals in this business and help companies market visually to their clients. So I don't think there's maybe a lot of professional photographers needed as there are visual experience, cultural, icon, literate people to help get that visual out there. Where once we used to go and shoot a shot for a boutique, now that boutique's relying on 60 shots a month on Instagram. Who's helping them create those? Photographers. They're getting paid for it. There's a term for that. You know what your clients need? They need more sales. They need more customers. They need more visibility. They need more inquiries. They need more investment capital and engagement and visibility. Hey, I know a group of people who can help them with those things, don't you? I think there's a great opportunity out there for photographers. I'm going to talk a lot more about this because I think that when I hear people complaining about the death of professional photography, I think what they're forgetting is maybe the term is being put away a little bit. I still think there are professional photographers. There are going to be professional photographers who are for quite a while, but they're forgetting all this other amount of work and jobs, these layers of visibility, visual excellence that can provide a lot more opportunities for people to make photographs. I don't think that's going to change. I think it's going to get absolutely huge. And I also think that the term professional photographer will encompass iPhones and Android phones and DSLRs and mirrorless cameras and micro four third cameras and film, because it's a visually literate world and they're demanding more and more. I know a group of people who can help get them more and more. Don't you? See you tomorrow.